Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our neighborhood meeting on WIC. My name is Ray Staley. I am the Outreach Regional Coordinator for Mid-Michigan Community Action Agency and Clare, Gladwin, and Midland counties. And with us, we have Tammy. Tammy is our WIC coordinator, and Tammy's actually going to give us a discussion about WIC today. And I'll hand it right over to Tammy.
Thanks, Ray. I appreciate it. My name is Tammy, and I am the WIC coordinator. I have been with Mid-Michigan Community Action Agency for almost 15 years now. I started as the WIC nutrition educator, and then in 2018, I had the opportunity to take on the role as WIC coordinator. So I love what I do. I have a great team, and we're definitely very busy with everything that's been going on at WIC. My first screen, I'm going to talk about our caseload. So our caseload at this point is 1,500. I have 7 staff members. I have 1 RDN, which is a registered dietitian nutritionist. I have a peer counselor that helps with breastfeeding. I have a certified lactation specialist, and she helps with breastfeeding as well. I have a lactation educator, counselor that provides her expertise for lactation. And I have a IBCLC, she's board certified to provide, more extensive techniques of breastfeeding. I have 2 nutrition educators who provide the nutrition education component of appointments, and also provides, like formula questions or switching formulas, they would be part of that. I have a clerk supervisor that oversees 2 of her staff members. One is a lab technician and the other one is a WIC clerk. At this point, currently, we have 200 breastfeeding infants and mothers in our clinic who are either breastfeeding exclusively, partially, and we serve Midland, Bay, Saginaw, Isabella, Gratiot, and surrounding counties. And what's so unique is with WIC, you don't have to belong in the county that you live in to go to your WIC clinic, so you can go to any WIC clinic that you feel comfortable with. Now, what is WIC? WIC is a special supplemental nutrition program for women, infant, and children. It's a federal assistance program of the Food and Nutrition Services of the United States Department of Agriculture and is administered by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. The Michigan WIC program operates through local health departments and nonprofits, and we're quite unique because there's 2 in our state that are part of the nonprofit organization. In all 83 Michigan counties, there are the WIC program. They serve low and moderate income women, infants, and children at nutritional risks. And a majority of this information, you can go online to michigan.gov/WIC, and it'll give you a lot of great information about what WIC is. What WIC provides. WIC foods are worth $30 to $112 or more per month for each participant. So if there's, 1 family member in that family, then they would get between 30 to 112. If they had, multiple family members, that would be based on each participant on how much that food would be worth. 1 out of every 2 babies born in Michigan receive the WIC benefits. The earlier a pregnant woman receives nutritional benefits from WIC, they're more likely to seek the prenatal care and deliver a normal weight infant. A family of 4 may earn up to $47,638 per year and qualify for the WIC program. Local communities are supported with more than $120 million yearly when WIC foods are purchased at local grocery stores and pharmacies. Because some food items, we like formula, special formula if baby was born early and they needed a special formula. A majority of those formulas would come from the pharmacies. They would order them, and then the client would actually go to the pharmacy and pick up that formula and purchase it right there. WIC foods are purchased using an electronic WIC EBT card. So at this point, it's just like a debit card. They go to the store, we give them a PIN number, and then they have to change it afterwards just because of security issues. So they, punch in a 4-digit PIN number, and then when they go to the store, then they would just scan their card and then punch in their 4-digit PIN number, and then those food items would be deducted from their card. Women and children starting at the age of 1 year old may receive fresh fruits and vegetables, milk, cheese, yogurt, eggs, soy beverages, hot and cold cereals, peanut butter, brown rice, whole wheat, whole grain breads, buns, pasta, soft corn, and whole wheat tortillas. They'll receive canned or dry beans, peas, lentils, and juice. And this is on a monthly basis. And this is just based on one person. So each person, depending on if they qualify for WIC, will receive that amount of food items in their monthly plan. We have breastfeeding women that may also receive canned fish. So that's quite unique. If they're breastfeeding exclusively and baby's not receiving formula through WIC, they actually will get canned fish. So that would be like salmon and tuna fish. That would be added on to the breastfeeding woman's package. Infants partially breastfed or non-breastfed may receive infant formula. Infants 6 months or older will start receiving the single grain cereals. That would be like rice, oatmeal, barley, mixed grain, multi-grain, anything like that. They'll receive the plastic tubs or canned fruits and vegetables. Meats are also included if the baby is breastfeeding exclusively and formula is not introduced. They'll actually receive the canned meats as well, starting at 6 months of age. Nutrition education. So I have 2 nutrition educators who provide this component. So all WIC clients, parents, or their caregivers are offered nutrition education. And then I have my RDN who provides her high risk expertise for her nutrition issues. So they're offered through counseling. The topics may include like infant feedings, food shopping, meal planning, making healthy food choices, and weight management. So that's what's so unique about WIC is we can provide those types of resources to our clients. And then breastfeeding support. WIC recognizes breastfeeding as the optimal way to nourish infants. WIC provides breastfeeding support for mothers through classes, peer counseling, support groups, and supplies. And we actually have a monthly meeting that we meet on the first Wednesday of each month, which is today at the same time. And it's actually provided for breastfeeding support for moms, for any questions, or just getting together with other women who are breastfeeding that need that support. So it's for anybody who is interested. If you are interested in, signing up for, going to these support groups monthly, just call, the WIC clinic and we can give you further information if you're interested in attending these breastfeeding support groups. Referrals. WIC clients are referred to appropriate health and social services, so such as if they need help with Medicaid, My Child, Healthy Kids, the SNAP programs, vaccinations, child health screenings, family planning, and Project Fresh. And Project Fresh is going to be approaching pretty shortly, coming up in the summer, and that's always a great program to sign up for because you get to actually buy fresh produce at the farmers market and roadside stands, and we provide you those vouchers to purchase those items. Now, who qualifies for WIC? So pregnant women starting in their first trimester. So whenever they find out that they're pregnant and they got that confirmation from either the doctor's office, the ER, any of those places, they can actually, call us and let us know that they're pregnant. We can get them signed up, get them ready, get them those foods that they need, and that nutrition education. So then that helps along with the pregnancy. Breastfeeding women up to infant's first birthday, they can actually be on the program from pregnancy all the way to the child's first birthday. So that's a benefit there. Postpartum up to 6 months after infant's birth or end of pregnancy. Infant's birth to their first birthday. Children from 1 year of age to their 5th birthday. So there's a wide range from birth all the way to age 5. And if they're receiving Medicaid, it makes them automatically eligible to be on the program as long as, they're, qualified for WIC between birth to 5 years of age. What are the benefits of WIC? It helps to reduce fetal death and infant mortality. It reduces the low birth rates and increases the duration of pregnancies. It improves growth nutritionally at risk infants and children, intellectual development of the children. So that's the benefits of WIC. And they've definitely been doing more studies with this, that it's, a win-win situation. It decreases the incidence of iron deficiency anemia in children. It improves dietary intake in pregnant and postpartum women with appropriate weight gain in pregnant women. Helps pregnant women receive prenatal care early. But you can always go online at www.michigan.gov/WIC, and this Michigan WIC food guide brochure is on that website, but it just goes into detail on the food items that WIC approved and where you can purchase them at the store. And usually every major store like Meijer's, Kroger's, Walmart, any of the family food pride centers, any of those types of, or little mom and pop stores, those are part of it. It just depends on each county which store participates. But it's always nice to take this booklet in the store with you, so then you can actually navigate through the store to make sure you're purchasing the right food items. And we actually have an app that clients can download, and when they download it, when they sign in, they can actually scan to see if the food items are WIC approved under the UPC code, which is even better yet, because then they can just scan it, it'll tell them if it's not, and then they know that once they get to check out, then they're not being surprised by if it's not approved or not. But as of right now, this is such a lengthy brochure. It just gives you a little bit of information on what we provide. And we actually provide online nutrition education. So in between appointments, you may have the option to do it online, which is so convenient. In such a busy world that we live in, you can do it at any time of the day. Just give us a call after you've completed it, so we know you've done it online, and then we can renew benefits and set up the next appointment to come and touch base with a nutritionist. So the fruits and vegetables, you can buy those as canned. Those are allowed, and those are any size metal, glass, plastic, or pouch containers. So they give quite a variety. So you can buy fresh fruits and vegetables, plus you can also buy the canned. And then whole grains are an option as well. So this gives you, the idea of what's provided, like the whole grain breads, tortillas, oatmeal, pasta, anything like that, rice. Those are those options as well. And then each page will go over that whole grain option of what's approved. So it could be name brand, store brand, any of those are allowed. And depending on the name brand, store brand, depends on if it's a whole wheat or a whole grain that's being offered. And then breads and buns, those go into detail there. Tortillas, your cold cereals are an option, so you can purchase those, and then they tell you based on the size, because it's only allowed so many ounces per month, and so it'll tell you the size that you can purchase and how to equal up to that amount. And then on the bottom it says how to buy up to 36 ounces. Now that's based on one person. Now if you have more than one person in the household, then you have to add up those 36 ounces for each of those family members. And then they talk about the brands and all that other stuff. And then eggs are an option, any size, and they can be cage-free as well. And those are 1 dozen, white shells only. And then it talks about children who stay on WIC and what the benefits are of those healthy, nutritious foods that they're receiving. And then the breastfeeding, how important it is, starting that healthy start in life. And then this talks about the breastfeeding support and then what is considered the food packages if they were breastfeeding exclusively from partial to not breastfeeding at all. And then fish and infant meats, we provide that for the breastfeeding mother who's exclusively breastfeeding and not receiving formula with the program. And then on the bottom, it talks about the infant meats that are provided starting at 6 months all the way to 12 months. And then the infant foods that we talked about, that talks more about the infant cereals and then the fruits and vegetables, what's considered those serving sizes that you can purchase with the program. And then the peanut butter, the beans, those types of options that are being offered. You can buy canned or you can also buy the dry beans. That's an option as well. And then iron-rich foods, how important that is within your diet daily. So that talks about how important it is and some ideas on how to incorporate iron, especially when you're pregnant, because you need that extra iron just because baby's taking more of those nutrients from you, and iron's one of them that they definitely keep an eye on with pregnant moms to make sure they're getting that appropriate amount of iron in their diet. And then dairy products, we provide the 1% or less from age 2 to 5. And then for pregnant moms and postpartum, we offer the vitamin D milk from 12 to 24 months because they need that extra fat content during that stage for brain development. And then we provide buttermilk, and then we provide the reduced fat milk depending on, with growth if they need that extra fat. And then we also offer yogurts, which is an option. So you can buy those in tubs or cups. So they have to be non-fat or low-fat, plain or any flavor, and fruit on the bottom is a choice too. And then they tell you all the different brands, store brands, and the off brands. And then cheese is allowed, so you can buy any of the 1 pound 16-ounce package. They have to be US made pre-packaged cheese. We also provide the soy beverages. Those come in the 32-ounce or 64-ounce. So they come in, the quarts, half quarts. They come in half gallons, they come in whole gallons. So depending on what brand you're purchasing, they give you sort of a cheat sheet to be able to equal up that amount. And then we also provide juice, and that starts at a year old. We don't promote it prior to a year old because with juices, they have natural sugars, but we have to keep an eye on that because that can promote tooth decay with our little ones. So we try to encourage no more than 4 ounces of juice a day. If they're getting it through their fresh fruits and vegetables or like the canned fruits and vegetables, we would prefer that over the juice itself, but that is an option with the program. And then they talk about the name brand and store brands. And then also for the moms, we provide those when they're pregnant and breastfeeding and postpartum. And then we have that WIC Connect app that I was telling you about where you can actually scan those WIC approved items to see if they're approved or not. And that gives a little bit of information what WIC Connect app is. And then some shopping tips, and then about your Michigan WIC EBT card. WIC income guidelines. This gets updated each year around the end of June. So we'll have another one updated again this year. But as of right now, this is the one that's updated from 2021 to 2022. Then the new one will come out. It'll be the 2022 to 2023 guidelines. Now, this is based on the WIC income calculation reference sheet updated June 30th of 2021. So depending on the family, depends on, who qualifies. So it goes based on 185% federal poverty level. And it states like, if it's a family of one, say it's mom, she's pregnant, she's all by herself, she's making annually $23,828 yearly, then she qualifies for WIC. But then we have to include baby too. So we actually mark that as 2 in that household because we have to count baby and count for mom. So if she's under that $32,227 range, then they qualify. So we always count mom and we count baby at conception. So this actually gives you information in regards to based on the family size. And then if they receive Medicaid already, then we can just run their Medicaid information, and that makes them, automatically, eligible for WIC. But this is actually online too, where you can actually retrieve this information. If you typed in Michigan WIC annual income guidelines, it'll pop up as a PDF. But this will give you a little information in regards to, the income guidelines, and then how to calculate the total annual income. So it goes based on the gross income. So if we're going weekly or every 2 weeks, it sort of gives you some idea. But if you have any questions on how to figure out that information, you can always call our clinic and we can provide that information to you. And then if you may have any questions about our program, you can definitely contact us. We are located at the Longview Early Childhood Center. That is in between Bay City Road and Waldo. We're located at 337 Lemke Street, and our phone number is 832-7310. And you can fax me if you have any questions. That is my fax number, and that's 331-6572. And my email is tcarter@mmcaa.org. And thank you for, if you have any questions in regards to WIC, please give us a call. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Tammy, and we appreciate you talking about that, especially since March is National Nutrition Month. So it was a great presentation to have going right into that month. So again, if anyone has any questions regarding the WIC program, please feel free to reach out to Tammy, and please keep an eye out for our next neighborhood meeting. Thank you very much.